Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back. That's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we're getting back to the final season of Cobra Kai. This is season 6, episode 13. This one's called Skeletons. Look, I just want to get to it. I got nothing to say other than I'm ready to go.
I'm honestly getting like nostalgically emotional knowing that we're down to the final 3. But at the same time, I am incredibly excited. Skeletons, as in skeleton costumes
Halloween
at a certain
party?
Halloween dance? Who knows, but we'll find out. So let's get to it. Let's go!
Oh, this is a mess.
Hey, Bob, we are way behind on schedule, so I'm gonna need you to get everything hooked up like yesterday. All this stuff needs to be done by tomorrow. Gotta have it done.
Boss, I'm not an electrician. I mean, shouldn't we wait for the pros?
This can't be that hard. Couple plugins, couple wires. It's not that big of a deal. We do not have time to wait for the electrician, so just get it done. I'm counting on you, all right?
I'm counting on you. Oh!
Jumping jackrabbits, Bob, what the hell happened?
Oh, I knew this was a bad idea.
Bob's instincts were right, but his supervisor didn't listen. Now Bob's injury could be worth millions.
Wait, did you say millions? Who are these professionals that can help me?
Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client. But Bob is worried because he doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. When your boss puts you in a dangerous situation and you get hurt, don't settle for less than you deserve. Morgan & Morgan will fight to get you every penny. And the best part? It's completely free unless you win. But Bob feels conflicted. He doesn't want to sue his boss, even if the company hasn't paid him for the last 6 months. When you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing their insurance company. There's no reason to feel bad about getting the compensation you deserve. So if you've been a victim in a car accident, medical malpractice, workplace injury, or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you. Bob did, and he sure is thankful Morgan & Morgan had his back.
All right, let's go.
Are we at the tournament now with this cheering?
They wouldn't have gotten us right
The
into...
world's most elite karate
Yeah, they
tournament
jumped
is
right to
almost
it.
here. It's the Sekai
almost here.
Taikai, the best under 18
Oh, there
martial
she
art
is.
competing for the title of world champion. Samantha LaRusso of Miyagi-Do.
Under 18, let's not forget. It's still under 18.
Miyagi-Do's Robbie Keane versus Iron Dragon's Axel Kovacevic. And it all
Kovacevic.
starts today.
Oh!
Best of the best.
Oh, shit, here comes my interview. Turn it up.
Yeah, what a story this is. Two
Here
high
we
school
go.
rivals.
Oh, there it is.
Johnny, you lost a heartbreaker in this very arena 35 years ago. Gotta ask, what's it like to be back?
Yeah, well, you know, listen, nobody likes to lose.
That was a long time ago. Let's just say
They cut everything.
Wait, that's it?
Johnny's not my only.
I talked to that dude for like an hour. I rented a whole damn suit.
The tournament underdog is Miyagi-Do, a
Nope.
dojo with a rich family history going back 400 years and brought to the United States by its previous sensei, Nariyoshi Miyagi.
Yeah!
Miyagi and I were good friends.
Come
The
on!
most honorable man.
Oh, this
friends.
guy.
One of the ugly truths about our society is that people find joy in coming after those on top. And that's exactly what my Iron Dragons are. Undefeated and on top.
Zaira Malik is such a great role model for her young followers. She's a real advocate for female empowerment.
Look, we all saw my live stream get hijacked.
Zara Thrill Secret, she's a two-faced.
That brings us to Cobra Kai. Great name for a dojo, by the way. This is the dojo with the most question marks coming in. See, after the tragic death of their star fighter, Kwon Jae-sung, is it still possible for Cobra Kai to win?
And their sensei, Vietnam veteran John Cleese.
Yeah! Look at that picture. He declined to record or declined the interview.
The hell do you want?
Oh.
I failed you as a sensei back in Barcelona. I treated you like you were some soldier in my own private war. I regret letting Quan down.
Is Ewan gonna fight?
No one is.
What?
What?
You're the last of the Cobra Kai.
But you signed off on the tournament.
So you could fight. So you could be the champion.
Nobody else but her.
Just know that I will always be rooting for you. Goodbye, kid.
Wait.
Does it have to be?
Goodbye. He's always pulling on everybody's strings.
I'm afraid so. I have one last thing to do, and then it's time for me to step aside.
Did we see John Kreese getting a little watery-eyed there for a moment?
It's hard to say. Hard to say.
Brings back some memories, huh?
Yeah, good ones for you. You won here.
You guys go sign in. I'll grab the bags.
Oh, shoot, I'm missing the names. I saw
That's good. You shouldn't
Terry
be looking at that. That's a spoiler.
Need a hand?
Oh,
He
boy.
just shows up.
I'm sorry that I ruined Cobra Kai. I was so proud of you for bringing it back. For the last few months, I've been thinking a lot about my failures. And my biggest failure happened right here in this parking lot.
Oh.
Instead, I left all that garbage from my life on your doorstep and made you carry it for 35 years. I'm sorry for that, John.
This is like redemption background music.
They're pushing it hard.
It's my honor to introduce our guest referee, local hero, and former All Valley champion, Darren.
It's Vito! Yes! Vito!
Thank you, Mr. Braun.
Oh, yeah!
Are you ready for the world's best karate?
Oh, hell yeah. I follow him on Instagram too. Rockbreaker Boy. Check out him on Instagram.
We have 2 more semifinals to complete.
Never.
We thought it was gone, but it's back.
Here we go.
6 months.
Oh.
Those sons of bitches ruined my reputation. They took the one thing left in the world I cared about. If I'm going to hell, I'm taking them down with me.
Whoa.
Of the world's 16 best dojos.
Is Terry really going to go out a villain?
I don't know, man.
Miyagi-Do Karate.
Somebody had a wax on, wax off
And
sign.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it's just Tori.
It's just Tori?
That's badass. How do you not cheer for Tori?
Each match will consist of 3 2-minute rounds with unlimited scoring. 1 point for a hit, 10 for a knockdown, and 20 for a knockout.
Oh, knockout kind of wins, doesn't it?
And the dojo with the most cumulative points will be crowned grand
Because it's
champion.
not just individuals. There's a dojo champion too.
For our first match, or should I say...
Oh, let's go! Let's get it on!
Axel Kovacevic versus Ruppy Key. Chico!
Doesn't matter what happened last time. Doesn't matter how many people are watching.
I love that he's got the black headband still.
We should win easily. If it gets any closer than that, you know what to do. You have nothing to worry about.
Ah,
You
Terry,
know what to do.
You were pulling on our heartstrings.
The last episode I said maybe he's gonna turn a leaf. Maybe.
Make him fear for his life.
It's an under 18 karate tournament.
Make
That's,
them fear.
It's just like part 3 all over again.
They're afraid of him.
Fighting stance.
I can't believe they got Vidal.
Oh, nice.
Point!
That's a hit.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he can do this.
Maybe.
Oh boy.
What stance is that?
Something he hasn't done before. Oh!
2 points.
You know, heart punch.
Switched up his stance.
Point.
Oh.
We did not program that.
Oh! Is it going to get to the point where Robbie has to get a knockout to win? Oh!
Oh, 6-1 at the end of the first period.
Why are you smiling?
Oh.
It's like he reprogrammed himself.
He's a machine. He's not a machine. He's a man.
You've never had things easy, Robbie. You've been knocked down every which way more times than anyone I've ever known. But you've also gotten back up more times, too. You stood up to Kreese, to Silver. Whenever you knew something was wrong, you stood up.
You're throwing a lesson there.
No one has adapted more than you.
Oh, Daniel with a speech.
Can you do it again?
All right, let's go.
That's a big difference than a sensei slapping his
God, I don't know when the last time I was this. I feel like I'm watching an actual sporting event, you know?
Let's fight!
Oh! Oh! Back elbow. There you go.
No point, block!
Oh, shit! Oh, they're going blow for blow.
Takedown?
Point team!
Axel's thinking, why can't I beat him? This should be easy.
11-6. All right, let's go.
It's great. You got 5 points.
Yeah, but so did he. Yeah, so what? Now you see he's not a machine, he's human.
He's a man!
That was pathetic.
Thank you.
It's gonna do something dirty.
Are you sure?
It'll make him lose points, but he'll be hurt.
This is it, gentlemen. Final round. Fight!
Oh, dragon screw.
Ah! Oh!
What's wrong with you? Oh, my knee! My knee. Medic! Medic!
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm.
Oh, the look down.
Robbie Keane has 15 minutes to return to the mat. If Keane is unable to return, Axel Kovacevic will be awarded the win.
Oh. Yeah, they can't.
Yeah,
That's shot for shot. That's exactly what it was. Same locker room, same shot for shot with the rolling down the pants. You did well, young man.
You were awesome.
Dude, this is shot for shot.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. It's shot for shot. Shot for shot.
That cheated. I'm gonna murder him and his entire team.
Well, except for that.
Winning your fight.
Except for the Tori's lines aren't the same as Allie's.
Tori has to win. With everything she's been through, she doesn't have a sensei. She has to win.
Karate's given me all the best things in my life. He's given me my friends. It's given me my girlfriend. It's given me my dad.
Oh, then you already won,
It
kid.
makes you a winner in anybody's eyes. Especially mine.
God, do we really have Robbie out?
As Robbie Keane cannot continue, Axel Kovacevic moves on to the finals. And if Cobra Kai does not name a replacement for Kwon Jae-sung, Axel Kovacevic will be named the boys' champion following the conclusion.
Well, they don't have a replacement unless somebody switches dojos. Miguel.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. We've been scoring nonstop. We gotta face the facts. We lost.
What if Miguel fights?
He can't, though. He can't switch. He's already registered as a... Right?
Who could they have? What could they do?
I thought restarting the tournament here would help us close the book on all this the right way. But after what happened to Robbie, I just don't know. I wish I had the answers for you, kiddo, but I'm still searching for some of those myself.
houses, cars.
Is he gonna get another vision?
Right hand's on the floor, left hand's on the floor.
Danny. You're getting in that ring. It's open season on him and you.
Open season.
Hey, I'm talking to you, punk. You shouldn't leave one of them.
All his doubts.
They gave us Dutch.
There we go.
Whoa.
The skeletons. All his doubts, all his memories.
Holy shit, look at this.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit.
What are we getting?
Enemy deserves no mercy. Right.
Oh, the smoke.
I can't believe this. Tell me it's gonna.
Yes!
Oh, this is so awesome. We're seeing Daniel and Miyagi fight back to back.
Holy shit. Guys, this is the greatest thing of my whole life. Look at this. Oh my God.
Your wife and kid might have something to say about that.
Well, you know what I mean. Holy shit, we got Miyagi and Daniel fighting together. Back to back.
Why did you leave me all alone? We've been fighting so hard, Mr. Miyagi, trying to do what you would do. But we can't win.
Daniel-san, answer. Same place as always. Remember, Miyagi teach. Win, lose, no matter. No need to fight anymore.
Oh, what a segment.
You're up early. Ready for your big day?
I have something that I want to tell you, but I don't want you to be disappointed.
Oh, he already knows.
Teachers may seem all-knowing, okay? But they are just human beings like the rest of us. They may have their flaws and their failures.
Oh.
Our responsibility is to take the good lessons that we're taught and pass those along. So the fact that Sam and Robbie are okay not fighting means that Mr. Miyagi's legacy will live on, whether we win or lose.
I get that. And that's great for you. I mean it. But I don't know how to not fight.
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know how to not fight.
Bareback.
Kreese gonna come back and be the sensei for Tori?
The night in the parking lot, December 19th, 1984, was the single worst moment of my life. Or even more than being choked out was you abandoning me. You threw me away like trash, right when I needed you most.
Holy shit.
You have no idea what those years were like. I trusted no one.
Wow.
Holy
wow.
shit. Wow.
I'm so sorry, son. I can't change the past. I wish there was some way I could make it up to you.
Did he just have an idea?
He's got that look.
Samantha LaRusso has elected not to fight,
Robbie's
officially
in a brace.
ending Miyagi-Do Karate's impressive underdog run. Let's give them a round of applause.
Wait a minute. Johnny's going to step in as the sensei for Tori for Cobra Kai. Holy shit.
Means that Axel Kovacevic automatically becomes our new male champion.
Wow, I really thought something might happen there.
He's not happy with that win.
Oh.
Cobra Kai has named a replacement. Joining
we got
Tori
AC/DC.
Nichols on Team Cobra Kai will be
It's got to be Miguel.
Yes!
Yeah!
Oh, let's go!
Andy gets thunder.
Let's go!
Oh, look at that goose.
Let's go!
Oh.
And then new sensei, Gianni.
Oh, Johnny! Go!
Where's the block, baby? Where's the block? Oh.
Oh! But they could have given us Back in Black as
Well,
the
Back in
song.
Black would have been, but I like Thunderstruck though too.
How can they do that? They're former Cobra Kai.
That's the loophole that they can do. Okay.
Yes!
Bear.
Oh, God, jeez.
Oh!
Wow. Okay. First off, the music has been epic this last season. I know
You knew that was AC/DC though, right? You
that
knew that
one
was
I knew was
AC/DC.
AC/DC. I had a little bit of a goof, but just real quick, in fairness, I felt so bad about screwing up Queensryche and Pink Floyd. I went online, and apparently I'm not alone. That's something that a lot of people have mistaken because of the. But anyways, I guess it's more common than I thought.
Silent lucidity
So I didn't
is
feel
if you're
overly
going to
terrible.
mistake silent lucidity for anybody, especially as they get in right before the first chorus.
Right. So I didn't
forgivable.
feel, because I went home after we did
Happens
the
to a lot of
reaction,
guys. It happens-
and I
hey,
was the whole
hey.
drive home. I was feeling bad,
It happens.
and I had to look it up.
It happens to a lot of guys.
apparently it does.
to a lot of guys.
If the world of the internet is true, then I'm not alone. But anyway, folks, what an episode this was. I don't know about you, but I had goosebumps for so much of this episode, and we are getting so much redemption here. Oak, I know you and I thought maybe is Terry gonna turn over a new leaf with his medical diagnosis that he has, but we had to have a villain, didn't we? And I guess he's going to be a villain to the end. And maybe that, I know, granted, we still have a couple episodes to go, so maybe that's fitting for Terry to go out as an all-time villain. But nonetheless, what an episode. Look, I thought that the big surprise with Robbie getting hurt, that was so tough to see because you wanted to see the big win, and maybe we still will with Miguel and Tori. Look, everything that Robbie ran through, I'll let you kind of take the story on everything with Robbie because you were popping for that with it being shot for shot. So I don't want to take your thunder on that. But I was just surprised they went that route. But the way that they did it with Robbie saying, look, karate brought me everything, his dad, his family, his girlfriend, everything. So it's like he already won. He doesn't need a trophy to say that he won. Now, selfishly, do we want to see Robbie win? Of course we do. But with AC/DC bringing us in, we know we're going to get Miguel in the tournaments against Axel. And look, if Tori doesn't get the W on this one, I am going to be incredibly upset because I've said it before on multiple episodes that her character arc has probably been one of the roughest of any of the characters in this series. So I am pulling for her. But the scene also that we got, Oak, I want your thoughts on it. I know all of you probably loved it. The emotion that we saw with Johnny and Kreese in the hallway. And for the first time, we really kind of saw Johnny break down a little bit with Kreese and just kind of, it gave us a glimpse into Johnny's world. Now, granted, we saw it earlier in the seasons where he was, but we really didn't get that raw emotion out of Johnny. I don't know if for the first time ever in this whole series. And that was really just really good to see. And it was good to see since the series is coming to an end. I love to see those two kind of have that moment where they could finally bring it together and realize what each other actually meant to their lives and what it meant that they were not around. So I thought that was some brilliant stuff.
I said it when we started this second part of this third part of the final season. I said, I'll try not to rehash how impressed I am with the writers because I feel like I've said it every episode, but it's worth saying. And it's so this and again, I know this seems overly dramatic, right? Some people are like, it's almost
but
like
it's done so well.
Almost like it's almost like how we joke about how serious they're taking under 18 karate. It's almost like mirrors itself and how serious I'm taking this series.
Right, taking the show.
Like somebody, look, my other buddies who aren't, in the reaction space and not, Cobra Kai fans, they're probably going to be like, this is just like a Netflix show about karate, right?
Well, I think you could say the same for like Game of Thrones or House of Dragon or anything like that.
But the thing that
Yes, I made that comparison.
That I'm gonna kind of throw that comparison out the window, but I will say that I think Lord of the Rings, you could make that comparison because of the fact that people grew up on it, right?
Yeah.
Like if you read the books and all that, and it's been with you your whole life. Look, Karate Kid has been with me for it's 40 years now, right? 40 years. Came out in '84, and I saw it right when it came out, and so to have these writers, the two gentlemen, and the name slipping, I know what it is. It's just to have them do as incredible of a job as they have with this. And I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Especially this episode, right?
A lot of emotion.
A lot of emotion. We've never seen Johnny and Kreese engage in that sort of emotion. And look, Johnny was a troubled individual, and we've had some serious moments throughout these 6 seasons, but they've always kind of played it up as, he's the guy who peaked in high school and was working odd jobs and was an 80s guy and drove the minivan. But they've never given us a really, really deep look at like, hey man, like you messed up my life. And to get that and to see William Zabka, I mean, we've seen some emotional stuff with him and Robbie and Tori, but to get William Zabka show the kind of emotion that he did as Johnny Lawrence in this episode was touching. And then of course, Martin Kove, who is just an absolute legend. To have those two in this scene, like that was awesome. And look, unless they go another like completely off to the left, this is the redemption arc for John Kreese that we all wanted. Did I think maybe there was a chance for Silver? Yes, and because we saw him last episode, and foolishly, hey, maybe this is it. Maybe. And then they give us the quote in this one: "If I'm going to hell, I'm taking him down with me." Okay, there's Silver. So I mean, just really powerful writing. Now, for those of you who haven't watched the original 1984 film as many times as I have, they went shot for shot with the first, basically that entire scene with Robbie, all the way up
in the locker room.
In the locker room, all the way up pretty much until Tori and him were talking and Johnny. I mean, it's shot for shot. The way that the knee down, you fought well out there, young man. Everything. They went shot for shot. And even Tori leaning over. I mean, you put them side by side, and it's shot for shot. Even the head on the towel and everything, which I thought was done really well. Because look, it's not. They didn't just have to put it in there for nostalgia. It fit in this story, right? But they put him getting hurt. The fact that it was shot for shot, I was like, holy shit! Like, how awesome is this? How awesome is it that these writers, for the people who are the hardcore fans of the original, not just the new people. And hey, I'm not gatekeeping Karate Kid by any means. The more people who see it, even if you've never seen the original, you know what? If you love Cobra Kai, great. But for those of us who have watched the original the billion times that we have, that was heavy that they went shot for shot.
Well, and it's the fact they know when to drop that stuff in. They don't rely on the nostalgia. They know when to do it.
Use it. And I just thought it was so incredible. And the fact, look, they gave a spin, right? And they even throw Daniel, hey, can you do that? Chosen said it's not a miracle.
Bones.
Robbie's injury was more serious. So they gave us that, but they didn't say, hey, we're going to have Robbie come back and fight. They were going to give us an original story, which I thought was great. Even hey, he's got 15 minutes, I mean, that was from the original. And maybe when we get Diamond Dave to edit it, I don't know if he's going to have time, we can show a little bit of side by side.
I'm sure somebody's done it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure it's probably already on YouTube already. So that was incredible. One of the things that we talked about when they were picking the captains for this tournament is we've had such a focus on Robbie and Miguel and Sam and Tori. And it was like, how are they going to work this where you keep everybody happy? And Robbie had it really rough growing up, right? And for this, that scene where he talks about how karate gave him everything, not the win, it gave him everything. His girlfriend, his friends, stability, his dad back. It was like, that's an absolute win. He's walking away with a lot
that was
more
the
than
whole
a trophy.
point.
That was it, And now we have Miguel coming back, because for Miguel it was like, okay, he's got a future outside of it, a little bit brighter than what we saw maybe with Robbie. But to have me, dude, when I don't I'm good with words, right? Like even outside, I like to think I'm good with words. You know, I get paid to do speaking off when not even talking about the channel. But it's hard for me to articulate how fucking awesome that was when Tori and Miguel and Johnny came out in the black Cobra Kai. Look, because
with ACDC.
With ACDC. Here's the thing about Cobra Kai. They've always been the bad guys, but they've always been fucking cool, right? The black sleeveless gis. I mean, just everything about it. They've always been cool. And they gave us that. They gave us Johnny making contact with Kreese. And the other thing that I really think maybe this sets up, Daniel has made it clear that he kind of wants to, like, he's going to kind of back off, right? But Johnny has made it clear that he wanted to keep going with this. And I think what this does, and look, I'm not Nostradamus here, like predicting something, wild and crazy. Like, oh my God, Oak, you're so insightful. But I think it's very much sets up, Kreese said, I'm sorry. I thought it was great you brought back Cobra Kai. I'm sorry it didn't work out. I think what this sets up, like, long-term off into the sunset, is that Daniel can retire Miyagi-Do and Johnny can have Cobra Kai back. So we can have Cobra Kai back. And that's what this sets up. And whether Miguel and Robbie and everybody sticks,
because that's what Johnny needs. I mean,
Daniel's got
a life outside
and we
of
saw
karate.
in the previous episode, Johnny saying, I didn't know that this car thing is what I want to do with my life. Being a sensei is. And this totally sets up Johnny. Look, whether he retires after this or not, it sets that up. And again, that goes back to the writers. How do we deliver? I am so impressed with this storyline. They must have had to sit down with a focus group of the hardest core of hardcore Karate Kid fans. And myself and one of my good friends.
Well, and just speaking of that, because I know we're short for time, and I want to get to it because it's so important, and I was actually thinking about it before we recorded today, and I know you'll touch on it, the scene with Daniel and Miyagi that we finally wanted after all these years. Because I know you really kind of put over everything, and I wanted to make sure that we touched on that. It's been so many years, and we finally got to see Mr. Miyagi and Daniel fighting back-to-back against some enemies. And you and I recently did, the channel, we did Karate Kid 4, which we hadn't seen. And it was really weird seeing Miyagi again because obviously Pat Morita's no longer with us. And look, I was thinking about this when I was outside shoveling snow, ironically enough. I'm like, what an influence Pat Morita had on so many people, maybe not even realizing it. The influence that he had on so many people from these movies and other things. And it was so good to see that character again on screen for all of us. It was amazing.
Yeah, look, that was incredible. I mean, they did a solid job as much as they could with the CGI on that. So I thought that was awesome. The skeletons, the way they had him hop in the fence,
all those doubts that Daniel had.
And what a powerful metaphor that was for all his doubts and everything. And then it was Miyagi, just those memories coming back, showing those two fighting together. Of course, at the end of that fight scene after the dance, that's how they finished it. It was Miyagi going like this. And so when they showed them back to back like that, that was incredible. But to see Daniel and Miyagi fighting together, it was visually, it was very cool, but metaphorically, it was also very, very powerful. And I wasn't going to skip that.
Yeah, well, and it was interesting that we got both Johnny and Daniel in this episode kind of having like, I don't want to say an emotional outburst, but at the moment, I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
When they both kind of had those really emotional moments with their senseis, and they were both kind of asking why. Why did you leave? Why didn't you give me the answers? And I thought that was very fitting. We saw that out of both Johnny and Daniel this episode.
Yeah, I mean, look, for anybody who's involved in any sort of sport, if you have a really solid coach or mentor, growing up, they can have a huge impact in your life. And now, my parents divorced when I was young, but my stepdad and my father were both very, very active in my life. My stepdad was kind of a gearhead hunting type guy, so he wasn't really the sports mentor, but my dad was. And my dad was a phenomenal person. But the one thing when we talk about Mr. Miyagi and Johnny is we're talking about two young men who didn't have father figures either. And so when you look at the importance of John Kreese and Mr. Miyagi in their lives.
Johnny and Daniel, you mean?
Well, no,
didn't have father figures.
Yeah, Johnny Lawrence did. I'm sorry if I. Yeah, so So Johnny had John Kreese as his father figure. Daniel didn't have a father that was made known, and he had Miyagi.
Yep.
And so they had such an impact on their life, and especially in sports where it's one-on-one like this, because you're working more closely with an instructor. Not to say that a football, look, I have some football coaches from high school that were phenomenal, coaches and human beings, but I think it's a little bit different when it's a one-on-one sport, because I think your coach or your trainer can have a little bit different impact. But those two scenes were incredibly powerful. Not anything that I would have expected from this show, maybe in the first season or two. I never expected we'd get to a point where we'd have something that emotional from this show.
Yeah.
And they did it phenomenally. I'm so hyped to watch the next one. We had so many questions how this was going to end, and we're going to be down to the final 2 episodes. This one was phenomenal. I can't look. I could talk about this honestly for hours. I'm sure him and I are on the phone all the time after the studios. I'm sure we'll be talking about it. I got my buddy Ryan, one of my best friends. That's what I was saying before. One of my best friends from growing up. He lived 5 houses down the road. And the amount of times we watched Karate Kid in his basement. It was funny. The older that we got, we started to recognize that Daniel was. Yeah, you start to wait a minute.
What's
wait a minute? Is Daniel kind of the bad guy here? we started recognizing that before the YouTube videos about who's the real villain. But look, there's so much nostalgia, so much fun. I can't wait to get into the next episode. And again, I know we're long-winded on this, but this show, for me, is it's a great show, but it's also so much nostalgia, and I hold it very near and dear to me. So keeping a reaction wrap up under 20 minutes is impressive.
Yeah.
So.
Well, for a show that continues to deliver, I know we can't wait to get to the next couple episodes to finish off Cobra Kai, and then we'll see what's next. Obviously, there's a movie coming with Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan.
How hard is it going to be to not see that in the theaters and have to wait?
We'll
wait for the channel. We'll wait for the channel.
But folks, it's a wild ride. We're sorry to see it wrapping up, but we can't wait to get to the final 2 episodes. So for the Appleton Oak, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was Cobra Kai. Wow, what a ride, and we'll see you on the next one.